Here we go again. What's going on, everybody? You know what I'm going to say next, right? Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Here we go again. I see Z in the building. Salute to Z. He said 55. Shout out. The 55 thing is not talked about enough anymore, right? I know. I get it. I know. The 15-year, 2-month John is not talked about anymore, right? 15 years. Salute to Z. Alan Fizame. What's happening? Hope you're doing well, man. Quaz the kid in the building. Hope you're doing well as well. How about that? Now, we're going to get right into it like we always do. Don't cry for me, Defi. I know I bought a bag of promise. I won't deny you. I'll only defy you. My bags of Defi. Who cares? I'm going to tell you who cares. I'm going to tell you later who cares. Because the majority of people right now don't care. Yeah, because if they did, we'd see it in these charts, right? Doesn't matter. Propaganda is just so much like information and stuff we're getting bombarded with every day, or that we choose to expose ourselves to be bombarded with. Why are you wasting your time listening to Crypto Wonder? He knows nothing. I'm broke. Hey, I'm not even trying to be sarcastic with it. Like, look, I'm not rich out here in money. I'm rich in other ways, and that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the fact that I could even talk to you today. That means something to me. I'm just trying to work out the financial aspect. That's been lifelong since I was small. Little kid, watching black and white TV. A lot of y'all are fortunate you never been subjected to that, where you needed a coat hanger for an antenna because someone had to break that off and do something else with that antenna to serve another purpose. I used to watch a black and white television with a janky metal coat hanger. And on that tube, on that television cube, they would show people winning lottery. One guy won 5 million. And I'm a kid watching this. 5 million. I wish my family or even I won 5 million. I'm like 9 years old. At the news, at the end of the news or during a news show at night, there'll be this segment of somebody, telling you about some lotto, some lady or some man tell you about, oh, the winning numbers are, 55, 55. Yay! Yay! Somebody won. Or they, no, they'll give you some lottery numbers. Win 4, pick 3, or then it will be the lotto night. My father, rest in peace, used to take me to the barber shop. I used to sit in the chair. I remember when I remember they put me in a high chair in the barber shop, and I didn't understand. I'm like, yo, what you doing with me, man? What's this cape you wrapping around my body? What are you doing? All these dudes in the chair. My dad's there. He's talking to the barber in the bar. I'm looking at my grill in the mirror. I'm like, what's going on here? My first I started crying. Like, what you doing? What's this metal apparatus you gonna put on my yo, stop. Buzzing through I'm like, stop. My father would be like, wonder. Just with the voice alone, I would have to stop crying because his voice put me all together. But them clippers buzzing on my skull was not comfortable. I didn't understand. It's pulling hair. I'm like, yo. And while I'm going through this ordeal in the barbershop, you would have this one character walk in. This one older gentleman come in. He had this fedora hat. He was dressed to the nine. All my dad and his friends in the barbershop, it was just like these guys, you walk in there, I'm the child, I didn't know, but you could tell you listening to them talk. It's like a movie you're witnessing, right? So this guy walks into this barbershop, fedora hat. All the gentlemen look at him, they fold their newspaper, put their cigars down, blah, blah, blah. And the guy walks up to each and every one of them, including my father, walks up to my barber first. My barber stops, gave me relief because he put the clippers down. Boom, put the clippers down, pulls out something out of his pocket. It's a folded piece of paper, and he gives it to the man. He gives it to the man with the fedora hat. The fedora hat guy walks up to other men too. Boom, boom, boom. And then before he leaves, somebody says, oh, wait. Add a couple more numbers to the list that I gave you. And it was numbers. That's the key, right? Numbers, the word numbers. They were doing these things in the community, in the hood, called bolitas. So you had your mainstream lotto, your mainstream gambling, and then you had the ones that was underground operations. Number hole, bolitas. I mean, it was opportunity for a person to just have a simple conversation while they're drinking coffee in a barbershop and then find out they made the number. Their numbers came up and they walk away with a little bag. Just like that. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, anytime. Some places they would have it in delis, what we call bodegas. They got the sliding door, you go all the way to the back, You pass the beer section, you pass the aisle with all the soap products, detergent. Man, there's this nondescript spot that only certain people would know of. And it's a sliding door. You walk through that sliding door and it's a whole operation taking place, man. Underground shit. Like a lot of y'all don't, I don't know if you know, but well, I'm buying my 25-cent quarter waters, my packs of ices with the straw in it. They had different flavors in the summertime. And people were going in the back and getting it and getting to it. And so as a young kid, I was always interested in trying to help my family control some type of financial whatever by experience some kind of luck and windfall because we were hit with it every day. You walk into some place, you see scratch off tickets to this day. And if you want to try your luck, you do the underground thing. Now we have crypto. Legacy was always there at that time too, and it's there now. It's become a little bit more advanced, but now we have crypto. And I make no excuses for participating in crypto because I'm not one to develop any type of strategies to steal from anybody. I'm not one to try to raise my popularity level by clout chasing, uh, clickbaiting, trying to persuade you to believe in everything that I'm saying or I'm selling you to get your money. I'm not doing that. I don't care about that. I'm not selling you any courses. I'm not hustling. I'm not trying to nickel and dime anybody, but I'm participating. If you sell a course because you got some valuable information you want to share, that's your prerogative. You do your Bobby Brown thing. And maybe you indulge in China White, that's your business. Some people sell courses because they know, they understand. They sell these courses because people are lazy. They're not going to do any research. They're not invested in doing for themselves. They want to enrich others so that they believe the person they're paying did the hard work. And so that in the interest of cutting time, they'll pay somebody. Meanwhile, in crypto, you find more often than not, when people are selling you a crypto course, the information they got, you could have gotten for nothing. People don't want to really do any research. Research is like a term. It's a it's a term that people have an aversion to. That because it requires work. It requires study. It requires investigation. It requires you putting in time to do something that many people don't want to do, especially now when we have technology that's just like at our fingertips. We could get whatever we want. We don't have to go anywhere to get information per se. You don't have to go sit down in some kind of quiet library at a table watching some fine, exquisite specimen of a human being that you're attracted to at the next table where you're doing some kind of quick eye contact. You got your laptop. Oh, not even before laptops. You got your microfiche, and you're looking at her on the other side. She got her microfiche, and she's giving you the side eye, and you giving her the side eye because you acting like your study game is strong, and hers is she's acting like she's on top of it too. So you competing with your study skills in a library that's super quiet. Meanwhile, right now we have smartphones where we don't even have to go anywhere to see anybody. We just go on the internet and talk crap. Everything is like so accessible. It's like microwave ready. Very little originality, very little creativity, very little imagination. Everything is at our disposal. And even when everything is at our disposal, we don't want to do the research based on the information that's readily available to us by the swipe of a finger. Imagine that. You don't have to travel to a building called a library and do any type of research or study or even go elsewhere. You could just go to your phone and get the information. People don't even want to do that. but they'll pay somebody on their device. They'll pay the money to get the same information from somebody else that they could have gotten for nothing. That's wild to me, man. That's wild. You know, there's a lot going on outside. No man is safe from. No man or woman are safe from. You know, every day we open our eyes, we got an opportunity to exist, to explore, to experience greatness. You know what I'm saying, and at the same time, we're participating in this intangible world called crypto. That's crazy. This intangible world that we call crypto, we call DeFi, that could potentially add so much to our lives. It could complement everything great that we have going on. And some people are too uh, unsettled that they don't even respect it. They don't. They don't respect it enough to say, you know what, I'm grateful. They can't even say that they're grateful. We're participating in an era, in a system. Forget about an era, in a system here that's literally invisible. So a system that's working that we can't physically touch until you cash something out. And with that cash, even at that point, sometimes it's still intangible. When you receive a service or you receive a product that you're able to pay for from this invisible, intangible world, people still don't know how to express gratitude, but they'll go on social media, voice their thoughts, voice their opinions about what they know and what we all do not know, and that we all should buy into their ideas, their principles, their scams, so that we can remain in this position of lack. Not everyone is on that type of wavelength. Not everyone wants to do that, but many do. Many want to continuously trick you and I so that they can overpower. Because when you're giving them money, when you give them the attention, when you give them the energy, that's something that is leaving you, right? And you're giving it away to them so that they could become more enriched, more empowered, and you remain in a state of lack. You remain in a state of distress because you didn't keep what was rightfully yours. You gave it away to somebody who you believed deserved it, when it's you at all times who needs to conserve yourself, conserve your valuable time, conserve your valuable energy, your valuable money, right? And utilize it or expend it wisely. A lot of people don't respect anything related to knowledge, anything related to just exercising wisdom. They don't care. They don't care. These things are not something that people think applies even in this crypto thing. If you're not some type of technological a wizard, developer, computer programming, some type of, right, galaxy brain, nothing else applies. In fact, everything applies. If you don't know how to spit, that crypto talk, it's like, oh no, what do you know? What do you have to offer? Man, if only they knew. If only they knew. Because you're always dealing with both halves of a situation. You're always dealing with duality. You always have to deal with both halves of a situation, no matter what it is. You could say you crypto rich, but you're having a hard time being a person filled with joy in life. You're struggling in other areas. You crypto rich on paper, on this intangible tablet, this intangible blockchain. Oh yeah, you caked up. But you're having a very hard time transferring that value over into the real world for whatever number of reasons. You may not even have the knowledge to even do anything over the counter. You might be very rich, crypto rich. You balling out of control in terms of crypto, but you live alone in life, in the real world. You might be so wealthy in crypto. You got all these bags. You're the biggest whale of all whales. And you're struggling in life because you're dealing with some type of chronic illness. Or you just found out some unfortunate news. But you crypto rich though. You got to balance it all out. You got to balance it. But people don't respect anything related to anything like that. They say, no, these things that you're talking about are not applicable. Balance? What do you mean balance, man? What? You talking about balance? It's DeFi. It got nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying? Like having some kind of discipline. Discipline of what? What are that has no bearing here. Of course it does. You crypto rich on paper, but no one likes you in the real world. So what type of quality of life is that? You know what I mean? Like you're super famous, you're super popular online because you're crypto rich. And in the real world, you struggle with sorrow, you're suffering in more ways too numerous to even mention. You're crypto rich, but you may even live in your own mansion. You may even live in a castle. You may have your own town. Like, you're just that guy. But you can't trust the soul because you think everybody's after you. But you crypto rich. What is this? What is this? What's going on? What's going on? When they used to show us diagrams about um, hierarchy, classes of people in the world, the bottom would be, you go on Google, you can see pilgrims wonder, pilgrims. You would see pilgrims. Can't even talk. It will show you a pyramid of the classes, right? Classes of people. From the bottom, they would call us debt slaves. Debt slaves. The bottom of the bottom, and then you climb up, you climb up, you climb up, you get to the very tippy top, and that top is so, they want you to believe it's so small, it's so, you know, it's the smallest class of people that have all the power, they have all the wealth, all the riches and resources out here that control everything. Some people used to talk about Pareto principle, 20% own 80% of everything. The majority of people, and I'm even throw those people that be talking about being crypto rich, they're still debt slaves in certain ways, because you may not have any type of monetary constraints. You have freedom to pay for anything you want, but you're still indebted to the universe that graced you with an opportunity to free yourself and pay for whatever you want, but you didn't give any gratitude. So you're still gonna live in a state of lack because you didn't give any gratitude, because you thought you did it all. You thought you deserved it all. You thought you knew it all. And that's what you find here, people. These are the things you find here. I can't see the chat like I would like, but I appreciate every one of y'all who are here. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that people are taking this opportunity right now to use their talents. For you to be a person to have a following on social media, that's a talent, right? That's a talent, that's a skill, right? That should not be misused. And you have a great deal of people in this weird thing that we call a community that misuse, they abuse their talents, y'all. And then you have people who may have wanted to use their talents to do good, who have since shifted. They shifted their thinking, and you're watching them also do the same things that they're accusing other people of doing. They're doing now. You were given a skill, you were given a gift to speak, you were given a gift to market, you were given a gift, right, to build a popularity, like to become popular. And now we have these tools at our disposal here. They're just tools by way of blockchain and everything that comes with the blockchain for us to use. And these people, instead of trying to use their tools to strengthen themselves and express their gifts to the world, they become selfish, they become filled with greed, they want to suffer from this desire and need to always want to be right, and everyone else is wrong, and they throw themselves off their path. They do it to themselves, throw themselves off the path, while everyone who's following them follows them off their journey as well. You could see it. I don't have the time in the world to go after every single example that we've witnessed of this occurring since Pulse Chain launched. I don't have the time in the world, and I'm not even interested to give the examples, but the examples are there. The examples are there. Even the blockchain caught a majority of what took place, because this is about the actions and the decisions that people decide to do in natural life that's captured on these whatever post chain blockchain. You see how they sell, you see how they snipe, you see how they scam, you see how they do all kinds of things, you see how they launch. You see how all these things are taking place and even captured on a blockchain. That's crazy. And we're still trying to convince you through social media, through a device. This is what we have here, that they're benevolent. They're still trying to convince you that their intentions were pure, their intentions were good, that they have the best intentions for everybody. Recently, I talked about how RH called himself the giving tree. And I like to look at both sides of a situation. Sometimes I lean more on one side than the other, but I like to look at both sides of a situation. And when I say this, it might sound like I'm being super critical, but it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what I say. But this is where, because I've always believed Richard Hart had some type of is like some magician in a way. And I don't say that to be insulting. I don't say that to be right. Uh, 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 I don't say that to ridicule. I don't say that to demean him. But he moves like a magician to me. He moves like a magician to me because it's very, very, very interesting. Because think about this. He says he's the giving tree of crypto. The flip side to that, no, before I get to the flip side, going back to this whole thing about information, a lot of things that people paid for to get some crypto knowledge, they could have did the work on their own. They could have done the work for nothing. Or they could have done the work and pay nothing by way of money. You didn't have to pay for a course to have somebody tell you something that you could have gotten for free by just doing the research, right? I understand when Richard Hart says he's the giving tree of crypto. Giving tree. Because he laid out a situation. He laid out a situation, for example, back in 2019, where Bitcoiners could put up their Bitcoin and receive Hex, quote unquote, for free. For free. Remember how we were used to seeing during the last 3 years the world's largest airdrop. Not just the world's largest airdrop, but it was the world's largest free airdrop. Free airdrop, air quotes, free. Going back, when you look back, you understand what that was. Like, I get it, because that is marketing magic. Damn near on a level of something genius in a way. I have to give it credit where it's due. In the hood, in the last few years, people would just create this slang thing called free 99. I have to give credit where it's due, because when you go back and you wanted to claim your Bitcoin, putting up your BTC, I'm sorry, claim your Hex, putting up your BTC, at some point you had to expend some type of energy to acquire that BTC. You had to expend something to acquire those free airdrops. So that's where I talk about the magic part. Like, it's high level stuff. Like, it's stuff that, this is a different type of thing. It's beyond my scope. It's beyond my scope of everyday events. You had to spend something for something else at some point during all of this. The research that we've done, or you've done, or I've done, or didn't do, costs something. It costs something. It costs you maybe skipping going to the gym because you had to now spend time on a computer to study what this is. On a computer that you paying for your Wi-Fi internet service, right? Something you had to pay for something to get something else at some point. Was it really free? But I understand. You know, somebody who in the community who I call my favorite contrarian. My favorite contrarian. The reason why I'm bringing him up is because it's true. Like, wait, before I say what's true, reason why this person my favorite contrarian is because I would, for example, hold a position in whatever thought that I'm thinking about. Let's say Ethereum. I'm like, yo, I'm an Ethereum supporter, 100%. Ethereum this, Ethereum that, Ethereum this. And then he would bring me back down to earth in a way and say certain things like, yeah, but the S load function is crazy. Or, what's going on with this OFAC compliance situation? Or, Vitalik at any point, whenever he feels like, sells his Ethereum on everybody, just on the market, just dumps. Like, certain things he would just say. The other half, the other side, to create some type of level balance, because it's not all the way always one way or the other way. There's something there. You have to, it's both sides to make the whole. So And I used to say, and I'm not, I used to say that people in this community do a lot of double talking. And I can't stand that, because when you're double talking to me, when you're double talking, to me, it allows me to realize that you're hiding something. But it's not that you're doing it in a way that's helpful, right? There's a negative attribute attached to that. When you're double talking, you're trying to trick people. And I'm not about that. Like, I don't support that. And I'm not saying that's what Richard did. There's other people in this community that have done that. Other people that you all understand call themselves builders and founders. That's what they've done. The double talk. I don't care for that. In the same conversation, you're giving two different messages. In the same conversation, you're giving two different messages. The same sentence, you're giving two different messages. It's double talk. You're trying to trick people, bamboozle them. And when they've been discovered and when they're called out, all they can do is hurl insults back. That's it. That's all they can do. But they can't deny or refute the fact that that's what they were doing. They'll just say you're broke. Because I get the marketing, I get the free, and that it's really technically not free, but that's about marketing. It's about grabbing the attention of the people versus this double talk nonsense that we've been hearing from multiple fake pseudo leaders, self-proclaimed leaders in this community. There's a difference, because they weren't trying to market to benefit everybody. They were marketing to benefit themselves. There's a difference, like in a sense where, look, man, you want to copy somebody that's teaching about certain things with crypto. Everybody looking, blame Richard for everything, right? But then some took the knowledge, took the information, and did their own thing for their own selfish purposes. You could say, okay, yeah, RH got a $1.6 billion bag. No one else got that much. No one else got that much. And this is where I go and say, well, okay, free airdrop, quote unquote, free airdrop, but there was a $1.6 billion thing that y'all call sacrifice. So was it ever free? Right? That's that. That's because of the marketing. These other fools will give you perverted, sexually perverted, intangible projects, coins, and tell you they're doing something to grab the attentions of the people by showing you something that's supposed to, represent a man's jump off, a man's penile protrusion. And that's cool. And that's supported. And then to divert the attention away from them, they will criticize RH to the 10th degree. They'll be like, yo, look, don't look at me. Don't look at me because I, launched penile protrusion decks. Don't look at me. Look at RH, where even his PulseX, he talks about no admin keys, but PulseX has an admin key. Why don't you go divert your attention there? Failing to understand that the game RH is playing is not the game these debt slaves are paying. Debt slaves who not only because they're in debt, right? At some point, we all have to pay the piper. I don't care what position in life you are. We're all in debt. These debt slaves will tell you what they had going on, blah, blah, blah. And then the people give them millions, many millions of dollars, and copy what Arbe said. It said something about no expectations. You shouldn't expect nothing, nothing. Once you gave that thing away, that's it, man. And give you something, they give you the same thing that could have, that it wasn't even worth the millions that was given to it. That's it. That's these are the costs. This is the cost to play. This is what we have to deal with. They give you back something that yielding, minuscule results. You could say the same thing about, pulse chain, pulse X, and everything else. Yeah, but the shift. I'm not going to take away the shift from what this person is doing, meaning RH, and then give it away to some nondescript, some nondescript. Because if RH is going to be the master deceiver, then I'd rather be deceived once than be deceived by 1,000 other people who try to do the same thing that he's doing. And if he's going to be the master, glory, glorious benefactor in all this, then I might as well, stick to that than to stick to some other fake opportunities going on right here where you just copying something and barely understanding what you're doing, and you just trying to just enrich your coffers talking about, no, you're trying to do this for the community because you think it's needed. How many dexes do people really need, for example? You know what I mean? How many coins do people really need? I walk around with USD. Like, I don't walk around with all these other denominations of fiat throughout the world because I live in the Western society and this is what we use and this is what I walk with. And then in crypto, it's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite. And that's what we have going on over here. Everybody got all this opinion about RH and all that too, man. That dude's name is in the books, really. Like this dude's name is in the books right now, yo. Your name isn't. Your name isn't in the books for good reason either. It's in certain books, but not for good reason. This guy's name is in the books, and he's fighting while his name is in the books. He's fighting, and it will always be in the books. Fighting against energies and entities of conglomerates that want to control everything we have going on over here. They want to control everything and take the power away from the people. This is what they're actively doing. This man is fighting against them. His name is on the books. That's what I mean by his name is on the books. It's documented, being sued, being investigated, whatever you want to call it. He has legal smoke with these alphabet agencies, yo. You think everybody else can handle that? You think everybody else in this on this chain that trying to talk about what they doing, what they build, their subcommunity of a subcommunity, which everybody, there's people that's in every one of those communities. So what you think they want to have some kind of legal battle with the SEC? You think they could handle? Come on, bro. But then it's these same groups and communities that offer you vitriol if you want to just stay committed to your plan, stay focused, remain dedicated. If I choose to be a broke pleb, a broke RH, hex, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, Inc, Pleb. That's my choice. I don't care. It's just, why is that seen that as such an affront to everyone else who doesn't believe in his coins anymore? Why does that seem like such a threat? Why does that seem like such a bad thing? Why? Why? Why do people feel the extreme need to target you and say that you're toxic, that you're retarded, that you're a simp? The whole thing is just ad hominems all day for anyone who wants to hold on to the coins that they like, which happen to be Richard Hart tokens. And that's like the worst thing you can do. Why is it treated like that's the worst thing you can do, folks? Right? It doesn't matter really, because what people think and do and try to coerce or influence and persuade, that don't make me go to the bathroom and defecate in a toilet bowl. One day I hope my toilet bowl will be made of porcelain. What you ingest don't make me shit. So it doesn't matter what y'all think. You know what I mean? It's been that way. Like, I don't understand. You're not saving me. Who am I to you? Nobody. You people trying to, convince, oh no, RH messed up. He lost his way. He's not in the community anymore. He built Pulse X, and look, it's a travesty. He built Pulse Chain, and it's some type of illegal operation. That's why he's being sued. So, get ready for the doom and gloom. You know. So what? You trying to save people? How? You saving me? I'm not interested in being saved like that. I'm already saved in many other ways. This is something that I don't, you know, invest 100% of my life into, man. This is just a small aspect of my life. I love talking, as you can see. You know what I mean? I love talking, and it just so happens to be here and talk about crypto on this channel. So I don't care about like that. I'm still comfortable, happy. I'm not pissed off. Right? I'm not angry like some of these people are. You have members in these sub communities that claim that they've been making all this money and they are bitter as fuck. Come on, man. Life is really good out here, man. Like, why are you so upset? You claim it's this fake. It's like little kids, like, nah, look at me, yay, look at me, you know. Yeah, look at I'm happy. No, you're not happy. Because when you put your device down, you still have to live with yourself, right? And you're not balanced. You have no joy. It shows. You can't be this way. Fix your life. Fix yourself. Crypto ain't gonna do it. Crypto's not here to be some type of whatever treatment for a motherfucker. Crypto will do the opposite if you're not careful. Crypto will send you to the loony bin, because you just constantly attached to vitriol, to hate, animosity, all this negative energy. When you just trying to do something and mind your business, that thing that you're doing, right, is attracting a bunch of hate from people who don't matter in your life, right? What did the people who early began in Bitcoin, what did they face? What did they face by the world? I mean, magnitudes higher than what we could understand. What did those people face? What they call the cypherpunks. What did they face? And if they held on till now, do you think, right? Do you think they were mistaken? Do you think they were just sipping the Kool-Aid? You think they were just brainwashed? You think they were just a toxic band of individuals that believed in something that thought against, the powers of legacy, the tyrannical, oppressive powers of legacy? You think that they were wrong? I think they didn't do too bad. I don't think the cypherpunks in the beginning of BTC, early days, 2009, 10, 11, if they're still around and they kept true to their conviction of what this was about, they didn't really do too bad. Come on, folks. Like, imagine you holding on to BTC. Then you have the introduction of all these coins that was spawned out of nowhere, where Bitcoin believers were just like, yo, they're all shit coins. All these coins, including Ethereum. You have all these coins that were created, and folks still held on to BTC. As clunky as BTC is today, nothing has outshined it yet. Nothing. You know, over a 15-year period, 15 plus, nothing. What else? What else can say they've outperformed in that span of time and that price level? What else, right? And people are unwavered, because you can see it in charts, right? If you a blockchain sleuth, right? You do the forensic analysis, you can see it in the charts. The minority of people hold the majority of these coins, right? Have held since back then. You can see it. Haven't moved. I'm not talking about your man or your group or your pronoun, Satoshi Nakamoto. Absent of Satoshi, we're not talking about Satoshi. Like, and it's constant fear mongering. It's constant, it will always be fear mongering to manipulate, to trick people out of situations. That will always be present. What has been the talk even in the Bitcoin lane, in the Bitcoin space? Forget about all this stuff they're trying to do. You know, it's since forked since 2017. All these things we're talking about with Bitcoin. What's been the constant elephant in the room? The whole Mount Gox thing. What do you think? Is going to be different from every other chain that has some kind of prominence? You think it's going to be different? You think it's not going to be some type of, weird elephant in the room, FUD type of moment and story and event looming for Ethereum? It has been. You think it's not going to be the same for Pulse Chain? It just so happens that everyone want to concentrate all the negativity within a 15-month period. They want to concentrate all the drama, all the FUD, all the negativity, all the fear, all the uncertainty, all the doubt now. They want to do this now. They didn't have the wherewithal to just say, you know what? Let things unfold in a natural way. But maybe they have. And maybe this is part of what market events bring. But they want to concentrate all of this, all that drama, the hate, all the anger, all the frustration that Bitcoin experienced, like, for example, in 15 years, or Ethereum experienced in 7, 8 years, we're experiencing now in 15 fucking months. Imagine that. That's crazy, bro. Because people don't know how to just respect and accept certain things. Let things unfold in a natural way. But no, we don't do that, because we are fickle and we're fallible. We don't let things cook. We just want to eat it now instantly. Give me that microwave special. No, give me instantly gratify my need right now, today. I can't wait for tomorrow. Let's just, come on, man. There's times where you need to be instantly gratified. There's times where you should delay your gratification. It's about the balance all over again. It's about that. People don't know how to respect. It's either one way or another way. And scammers are going to scam. Scammers are going to scam. Period. 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 They're just going to scam. When you have somebody like RH who's done what he's done with a great deal of criticism, I've been also critical of him 100%. Still around, still tweeting, still doing what he has to do, fighting his annoying legal nonsense. And even after that, people are, speculating that negativity should still continue after that. That it's not going to be, anything good for a long time, because you're always going to have someone who opposes anything that you have going on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like it's just crazy. Folks have lost their way and are proud of it. And those who want to remain just doing what they're doing and mind their business and just that are just attacked, targeted. Not to do that. Not to do that, you know. Never mind the fact that Bitcoin has been extremely successful as far as its existence and price. We know that the chain's been rolled back a couple times, which is alarming, very alarming, very alarming. But that sentiment is not something that is pronounced. Like people don't highlight things like that to let you know of the dangers. No, this thing right here, don't talk about how it was like, irrefutably hard and hard coded and never been, had to roll back, never been hacked. You don't say that about Bitcoin because now you have all these whatever people want you to believe, all these, corporations, they got their hands in it, right? Yeah, they got their hands in it, and no FUD. Please don't give any doom and gloom. Meanwhile, it happened. Historically, it's occurred. It's happened. We have yet to see anything roll back to that level that Bitcoin did on Ethereum. And then you have a coin that was done by a Bitcoin supporter, a person who supported Bitcoin, Richard Hart. He supported that shit. Excuse my language. It is what it is. We all adults here. He supported it. Realized it has its limitations, certain limitations, and that Ethereum just provided more opportunity, was even identified, maybe even better. And people just they can't get beside themselves. They can't right just accept certain things, right? So he launches a derivative of Ethereum called Hex that was supposed to have been called Bitcoin Hex at one point. That just never mind Bitcoin. The fact that it's supposed to be a better Bitcoin, and you see how Bitcoin had worked all this time. This thing is supposed to be a better Bitcoin, and people want to give up on it. And it's only been 5 years, like close December will be 5 years for Hex since Hex launched. And people want to already give up on it. You don't think how many times you think Bitcoin people were giving up on Bitcoin? How did that work out for those people that gave up? How did that work out? How did that work out for the people that gave up on Bitcoin? How did that work out for people who gave up on Ethereum? And now we got, you know, okay, yo, man. Why? Because they don't like this person. It goes back to it's not even about performance. After, yeah, we could say chart, yeah, lackluster performance, and they blame the lackluster performance, they blame it on one person because people want to still believe that one person is the reason why everything pumps. They want to fully hold on to that and cannot prove it. They want to believe that one person is the reason that we're waiting for everything to pump. And they just simply can't prove it because if they could, they would. Especially now, put the nail in the coffin already. The dude is fighting all kinds of stuff. If anybody in the world in crypto, in the world of crypto, if they knew that he was the reason things were getting pumped, he was the owner of some type of, centralized entity called the origin address. If they knew and they had tangible proof, not evidence, proof, there's a difference. If they had the proof, it would be exposed already because this man is hated, maybe appreciated by a few, but hated by everybody. They use him as a target and scapegoat. So imagine that type of pressure to even live with. Imagine what it feels like to even you can't imagine, right? Put yourself in his shoes. Like like really put yourself in his shoes where you did something for a group of people that believed in you at one point. Maybe they didn't, but they pretended like they believed in you at one point. And then years later, you come to find out they're your biggest adversaries. All the while already dealing with people who were adversarial with you before you even launched X. All the while dealing with all this gatekeeping, all this pushback, all this vitriol, all this deep animosity. Imagine what it's like to be in dude's shoes. And now, as much as he wants to talk, as much as he likes to express himself, he can't even freely do that because he's entangled in battles with these government entities, yo. All of us, we don't know what that is. I aspire that we never know what that is. We never know what type of battle that is, the type of pressure that is. You know, where if he truly, like if he truly, I say if because I don't have proof. I can't prove anybody has crypto, even though people say they do. I can't prove it because there's an element of privacy involved. There's an element of anonymity involved. Understand what I'm about to say? Like I don't know what he has, Richard Hart. I don't know. He said he'd been mining since 50 blocks per Bitcoin, whatever. 2010, where the thing was like next to nothing, was just mining it for free on a computer. So if he were to have held since then, whatever amount that he has, you could imagine the fortune he could be sitting on. I don't know. I'm talking about this dude get multi-billions, billions, not millions, multi-billionaire. Like, and I don't know. To still want to stick around when you sitting on billions. Even if you're not sitting on billions, you're sitting on at minimum. People could say, okay, but look at the SAC addresses for Pulse Trade, Pulse X, and this and that, this and that. You got the world sacrificed 1.6 billion. You got a minimum, like 1.6 billion. Period. Numbers that many people will never see in their lifetime. In their lifetime, collectively, there's people that will never see that, right? Damn, want to say countries, like of individuals, right? Villages, all right? Let me be kind. Villages, maybe here, I don't know, 1.6 billion, right? You could just do whatever you want to do. Like, do whatever you want to do. Multiply that stack, right? You on your way. And to still stick around, to still be around, you could disappear, bruh. Dude could vanish. As to for him to still be around, that says nothing. That doesn't amount. That doesn't count for anything. With all the nonsense pushback that these people, these immature, emotionally charged people in this community have given him, it's a thing where you wash your hands because you got a bunch of ungrateful motherfuckers out here who don't really understand what you did, don't want to understand what you did, criticizing you to a level where you didn't even, it seemed like, man, whatever good he tried to do, people spit in his face for it. and slap him and do all this, and he's still sticking around. He's still sticking around because people simply don't understand. They forget. They're just too, again, too distracted. They're too hurt. They don't have what it takes to hold on for the long haul. They don't have what it takes. They didn't have what it takes to be around for 15 years. Not every crypto ain't for everybody, folks. It's not. It's just not, because it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy to be in this community, in the sense where if you want to be actively participating in the community and then you're exposing yourself to the riffraff and to the nonsense that people talking about, it's off-putting. But it's, again, the attention, the attention that you're seeking and the information that you're absorbing is what matters. That's what matters. That's why I'm so happy we can block out information. We can mute information. We could not watch, not support negativity, because that's just there to throw you off. Throw you off. This man could effing disappear and he's still here, yo. You think these people over here that built communities, built coins, built projects, and hate on Richard, you think they have the mettle? You think they would have the wherewithal to stick around after 1.6 billion? Ask yourselves that. Like, and if they do, okay, good for them. I don't aspire to wait and see, whatever on them, because that's almost like that's a hypothetical situation. And these people act and behave in ways that's super immature and childish. And who has time to play immature experimental games with your money? Who has time for that? Are you a child? You have men and women children, man child, woman child. Adults are supposed to be adults. They're just adult children. That's how they purport themselves to be. That's what they exhibit by way of, what they do, what they say, how they interact with each other. Just childish. They're worse than teenagers over here, y'all. Some of these people act like they just children, man. You got teenagers that are more mature than the way these people carry on, man. For real. The minute you address certain issues, they'll block you. The minute you address certain real legitimate questions, you get blocked, you know, or people start name calling. Who does that? Who does the name calling? Who does name calling? If you could revert back to your young adult, your childhood, when people get engaged in name, who does that the most? Children. When you can't give succinct, right? You can't formulate your ideas and express yourself in a way to prove your point. And you have to resort to name calling and snapping, and children behave that way, man. There's a great deal of people that deal with the people are emotionally unbalanced and stunted. Their growth, imbalance. There's an imbalance there. I'm creating words. Anyway, you got this guy going on doing what he got to do. Listen, man, it's what it is, man. And just because, someone says RH, coins are what they hold and stuff, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Whatever you hold is whatever you hold. But what's weird to me, I mean, like absolutely weird, is when you want to just disrespect a person that says, yo, I hold, what I'm saying? I like Hex, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, and Ink. What I'm saying? I like those coins. I don't care about what you got to say. I like them. And well, that's a problem. Seems like that's a problem for many. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yo, I'll leave y'all be. I'll let y'all be, man. I talked enough. for the 15 months of of y'all doing weird stuff. I talked enough about a lot of stuff y'all do, man. You don't need any more shine like that. You know what I mean? What? But anytime you look at my video for the last 2-3 years, it's like it's post chain, post sex, and that's it, man. And so let it be. Let your coins, let other people talk about your coins. Whatever non-RH coin you shilling, you support, you about, let other people keep talking about it. Not just on like in many aspects. Come on, keep building. Y'all can keep building. That's good. That's good. As long as you don't hurt the people, keep building. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Don't cry for me, DeFi. I know I bought your promise. Come on, man. I won't deny you. I'll only defy you. My lowly DeFi. I'm good. Got Pulse Chain, Pulse X, Hex, Inc. You know what I'm saying? Man. Man. And I'm mad for being comfortable with that. I mean, that's bad for being comfortable with that. Hex, Pulse Chain, Hex, Pulse X, and people are mad that you talk about it. Yo, keep doing y'all. Keep doing y'all, man. What you mad about? What you mad? Hey, it don't matter, man. You're not gonna look, man. Set my own ways. Hey, look. You think it bothers a Bitcoin maxi and all these other a Bitcoin maxi that's been holding on for years? That's all they do, acquire big. You think they bothered? You think an Ethereum maxi is bothered by the fact that you're doing something that that's not Ethereum per se, or it's a different coin? You think you think they are annoyed with you that like that? Really? The ones that have held for years, you think, and acquire and continue to DCA or whatever, you think they care? That's another fight with this whole pulse chain dynamic, because literally we forked Ethereum. So we gonna see how things turn out. Time is gonna unfold, right? How much testing was taking place? Testing. What, 22 months waiting for developing the chain, the mainnet, testing Pulse X, testing. You think these people care? These L1 originating chains like Bitcoin and Ethereum care? These holders, you think they care about all these multiple coins that exist here? They're like, oh no, look at me. They don't care, bro. So why y'all care about the people that just want to stick to Pulse Chain, Pulse X, Hex, and Inc? Because you think we're suffering? You think we need to be saved? And who are you to think we need to be saved? Like, you Captain Save a Hole? You Captain Save a Crypto? Really? From where? From whence does thou doth cometh from? From whence does thou traveleth upon thine pastureth to land heareth? No, thank you. I mean, hey, man. Yo, do you? Do you, little tiger? Tiger, you want to become a big tiger? Do you, little tiger? You building your thing, keep building, okay. You think people who held Binance for so long, whatever, I don't know. You think they doing what they doing? They doing, people doing, yeah, been successful. These chains, these other ones that have just like, held on, Folks held on or whatever, whatever. Forget about buying that, man. I'm not. Shout out to y'all. Who cares? Ethereum, people held on Ethereum since what, 2016 or whatever. Just held on. You think they're mad? You think they're pissed off? You think they care about people talking about how censorship compliant Ethereum is? Oh man, Ethereum is no longer crypto, guys. I mean, crypto is supposed to be for the people. It really is supposed to be for the people. The first smart blockchain, smart contract blockchain in the world, you mean to tell me it's being usurped with the World Economic Forum, guys? That's a travesty. It's deplorable. That's no longer crypto. It's no longer, it's over for Ethereum. It's over. It's over. You think the people who held on to Ethereum since 2016 care? I'm talking about like whales, and you think they really like are they caring today? Did they care yesterday? Are they gonna care about sentiment like that? They haven't. It could very well be true. It could very well be that that Vitalik Buterin and whoever else are in the pocket. They're stuffed in somebody's wallet who's a part of the World Economic Forum, and they've become Vitalik's puppet master. It still don't matter. They say jump. Vitalik says how high? Like he lost his independence, all that. Like he just gave up. He just sold out to the man. It still don't matter, yo. But you got these people here scurrying around like mice, acting like they the best thing since sliced bread, and they're gonna push forward a real revolution. Come on, man. In this community, I'm talking about. In this community, they act like they got it all figured out. Barely understand. They're literally, like Vitalik used to say, building their plane while it's flying. That's what these guys are doing. I understand where that analogy comes from now. You're building a plane while it's flying. You're building a train while it's moving. You're building your ship while it's sailing. That's what a lot of these folks are doing. They don't know where it's gonna go. They just hope for the best and make you want to believe that what they got going on, you should buy into. Shout out to y'all. Do y'all, man. Do y'all, man. I'm gonna do what I'm doing here. Don't be mad. Be glad. Congratulate. But you're gonna be mad because you internally fucked up. It's okay. I get it, man. Go get help. You know what I mean? There's help for that. Professional help and all that. Like, especially if you're not scamming people. How you gonna be mad? Like people not, if you're not scamming people gonna pay attention. But time has to prove itself. But what you're doing is you're shortchanging yourself because you're too emotional. You lash out and you fight all these battles when not every battle is meant to be fought. If you're doing good work and you want to fight at everybody while you're doing good work, man, sometimes, man, it takes away from the greatness you claim that you're doing. It takes away from that. And show me your friends, I'll show you who you are. You know what I mean? Like you got people, that just whoever that want to support what you got going on. After a while, if you grow out of being a cult and you expand and it's something that becomes more acculturated, assimilated, more accepted by a larger group of people, the initial core, how the initial you and your core of people, there goes that word again, the core, you and your core of people, right, may shape, may help define whatever pseudo community project you're trying to aspire to become. The activities of that few might dictate what happens in the future, but folks lose sight of things like that. But I don't have to think about none of that because I'm doing what I'm doing over here, chilling every day. You know what I mean? Like I said before, it's not brand new. Glad to be here. I mean, glad to be here, y'all. Glad to be doing what I'm doing, building with the people. And even if I'm not building with the people, my tokens are building for me. That's a blessing. And it ain't your non-RH coins that's building for me. I got my RH coins building for me, y'all. And I'll keep it moving with on top of that. Keep it moving, keep building on top of that. You know what I mean? Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.